Doesn't it feel like home? I feel like I'm at home.
It does.
When was the last time you heard that song?
Before today?
Yeah, like other than like a minute and a half ago.
Right. Wow. Probably junior high.
God, what a song.
Yeah.
That was fun. Welcome back, everybody.
Yes, first dibs from inside Porsche Colorado Springs. I am Justin Underwood.
I'm John. And we got to get our mic stands back because I feel like I'm hunched over.
Right. We do. And we have some guests with us today. Let's see if I can get everybody up here real quick. And here we go. Okay. So, and so we have from us from Shift Magazine again. Introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name is Brendan Garst. I feel like I've been here a few times.
You have been.
Like
This is number 4.
This is number 4.
Yeah.
I got to say, like, I have to admit, I kind of do blast that car in the Viper from time to time. Or not that car. Wow, that song.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You should.
You have a little private moment with Madonna.
She's pretty amazing.
I came out wrong. We're off to a good
That's all right. And this is Preston. Preston, welcome. Your first time on the show. Contributor to the Shift Magazine. You guys are on article or magazine number 4. So technically
awesome.
this is a year.
Yeah.
Right?
Number 4.
Plus you did that nice event guide.
Right.
So thank you for helping us boost that up.
Oh, thank you for writing it for us. Or
Hey, yeah. Yeah, I don't think we haven't really talked about that, have we? Only a little?
Yeah.
Maybe? Anyway, welcome, guys. Thank you for coming down. Excited to get to share the magazine a little bit. I feel like last time we rushed through everything, so I think this time maybe we just chat about cars and stuff and kind of walk through it. That way people can go read it when they want to read it. So,
Yep. First, we got to get our one piece of business out of the way.
2 pieces.
2 pieces.
There's a show tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
It's Porsche's 75th anniversary.
Yes.
So 75 years ago yesterday, the first Porsche 356 was approved for sale, which is kind of genesis for the company. So that's pretty cool. So they had the big announcement yesterday, announcing the Mission X. I think we'll save that for another show where we can devote time to it. That should be pretty cool. And then we're having a party tomorrow at the dealership
To celebrate the 75-year anniversary.
Yeah. So anybody out there that wants to come, please do.
Yeah.
What's the party?
11 to 3.
11 to 3.
Yep.
Awesome.
And we got a PA system, so we can go live and people can hear us.
Yeah.
Anything to add?
There'll be a couple food trucks here.
Yeah.
I have a DJ playing some music outside. We've got about roughly 40 of our client cars that are registered, different colors of cars that we'll put on display. Will be kind of fun. Yeah, I think it's just going to be kind of a cool, fun little bit of a get together, and just because it's a few hours during the day makes it a little bit easier. So not a huge blast like we're doing on the 21st with our drivers meeting, but no, we're celebrating 75 years of Porsche tomorrow.
It'll be fun.
Awesome.
Yep. No, looking forward to it. And then what is it? We did get a car,
Yes.
right? We got. So we're so busy, right, with Pikes Peak Hill Climb stuff and everything else that's happening here. Kind of forget what's happening during the week. But we got a super nice
2021 Macan GTS in chalk. Very cool.
really well equipped car. Top of my head, I want to say it had about 17,000 in options. That's pretty good for
Because the GTS comes with everything anyway.
It's a healthy option.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now,
Yeah.
Chalk's a color that went away recently, right?
From some stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I think still available on. I don't remember.
Some other stuff.
Ask me before 6.
Right.
I wear my sales hat before 6.
That's right.
Oh no, your microphones! I told you not to let me do that.
I was wondering. I was kinda
don't
looking
do
at it.
that.
Jeez.
All right, everybody. So we have
God.
Brendan.
Let's
and
start all
Preston.
over. Should we start over completely?
We can.
Just roll the
Oh
song.
man,
The YouTube.
here these guys are.
Yeah. Anybody watch on YouTube?
No, this it didn't record either.
No, Steve's saying our mics aren't
I
working.
know. I know. I just got that note. Should we start
Thanks,
all
Steve,
over?
we got it.
You want to start all over?
Do the intro.
Let's do all the intro again.
All right.
We're going to start this over. We're going to do this better. See, the funny thing is about this is YouTube gets to see all of this. That's why you should watch on YouTube, because you get the inside information and understand that I don't know how to work any of my equipment.
I've been kind of staring at it. I
So,
was wondering.
Steve, thank you for making sure that we didn't ruin this again.
Yes, big thanks to Steve and Aurora.
All right, here we go. It still is.
When's the last time you heard this song, John?
I was just asking that same thing. Hold on. I'm going to be right back.
I mean, this kind of is my home.
This does feel like home. Welcome back, everybody.
Welcome to First Dibs from Inside
Second
Porsche,
edition.
Colorado Springs. I'm Justin Underwood. The man to my left pouring a drink is John
I'm John.
Geisty. Sitting like a catty corner across from me is a returning guest, one of our favorite guys from Shift Magazine, Brendan.
Hi, everyone.
And to Brendan's left is Preston. Welcome, Preston.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And Preston, you're also affiliated with the Shift Magazine.
Yeah, so I do kind of a lot of photography related stuff for the magazine.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, excellent. So this is going to be a really fun show. I think we were, John was mentioning before, we really had to rush through like the last episode that we did of this, and the photography on this is amazing, by the way. But the viewers on YouTube are going to get to see the actual Shift Magazine because we've got kind of a cool display that John was able to get set up here. So, no, definitely looking forward to this new issue. And then, Brendan, you really stepped up and helped us out with the event guide. So we're able to get our, what is it? Motor City Cars and Bikes.
Motor City Cars and Bikes.
That's right. That's right. Putting emphasis on the motorcycles on the
I'm
bikes.
excited for motorcycles.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah.
Did you have any last time?
We did.
Yes.
You did?
One.
Fantastic.
But
Plus
he didn't
ours.
really know what to do,
Yeah.
right? So he parked his bike and then he walked around and looked at stuff and then he left.
What
So
do you do at car shows?
I mean, that's that. You kind of described how you attend a car show.
Yeah. I think so.
But you know, and it brought up we'll get to business here in just one second, but it brought up a little bit of a side conversation just today. Actually, I was having with someone is how many motorcycle type cars and coffee events are there?
You know, that's a great question.
I
That's
don't
not
know of
something
one.
I have a great answer
Yeah.
for.
Yeah. I don't know that that's a thing like in the motorcycle community, but we're going to try and make it happen, right? Where they get together with the cars. So anyway, a couple things for business that we need to get out of the way.
Yes,
So
for a
some of
second
our
time.
listeners can get to bed.
This is true.
So one big thing is tomorrow we are celebrating Porsche's 75th anniversary, which is super awesome.
Isn't that fun?
It is fun. And I'm just kind of I'm regurgitating what John said here just
Yeah.
earlier. But yesterday marked 75 years from the date that the first 356 was able to be sold.
Yes. Was approved for sale.
Approved for sale.
Yep.
Yes. But Porsche did a great job. They had a cool little video live stream yesterday that we got to watch. They had the number one 356 kind of do a lap. Mark Webber was driving it, which was kinda
wow.
cool. They had some supercars, kind of come running through and some race cars and did a bunch of history. And then they announced and showed the new hypercar, the Mission X is what they're calling it for right now. Sounds pretty wild. People are putting the math together. 2.2 pounds per horsepower. We're assuming it's going to be 1,500 plus horsepower, which is pretty awesome. But that was fun. So tomorrow here at the dealership, we're going to have a couple food trucks. We'll have a DJ. John and myself, we're actually going to do another show. We're going to do a live stream podcast from the event down in our new car building. We actually invested into this super kicking PA system that we've been experimenting with today. We have provided some entertainment for David Donahue and Jeff Zwart and some of our guys in the shop this afternoon. They know that we go a little bit above and beyond on all that stuff.
You know what I don't know? How did I make it to 41 without owning a PA system?
I can't wait until Lewis plugs his guitar into this thing.
Oh my God. It's like, we'll jam it for you guys later. We had it on a little bit, but this is,
I mean, that was like quality, entry music. I liked it
Sounds great.
when we got here.
I think
Yep.
it's going to be pretty fun.
Now,
Yep,
tell me
so-
like it's the first time. What time is this show?
The show tomorrow is from 11 to 3. So a few hours during the middle of the day makes it super easy for people to come down, check it out. We'll have roughly about 40 client cars that have been registered to be put on display, some cool colors. We'll have some neat stuff inside. It's just going to be kind of a nice, fun. It could be massively huge, and there might just be 40 clients that show up. I don't know. Right? We'll see. Somewhat weather dependent, I'm assuming. But I think it's supposed to be really nice. Today was a little bit unusual. It started raining down here earlier than it normally does.
I mean, it's been a lovely August in Seattle for the last
It
3
has
weeks
been.
here.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And yeah, Okay. John's messed with the camera here. But no, so tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to seeing a bunch of people down and from around town. We'll have some super cool
You know what
cars.
I'm excited to look at? A nice 944.
Oh,
I was
my
hoping
gosh.
that's where you were going.
Yeah. my gosh.
No, we have a client.
It's
No.
Ask me what color it is.
What color's your red 944?
Yeah, it's red. It's guards red, but it's the removable target top. I think you call it a target top.
It's
or
a-
pull-out sunroof.
It's a sunroof, removable.
It's a T-top.
It's not a T-top.
Well, it's not a T-top, but
We're
it
going
could be.
eastbound to down.
So would that would be like a late S2 car, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yep.
it's cool.
Yeah.
it
super
looks
cool.
clean. I'm excited to like.
This is the cleanest 944 I've ever seen.
I
So-
thought they all came from the factory with body damage. I've never seen a clean 944.
That's exactly what we're saying here. So anyway,
Yeah.
enough about us.
And
enough
then
about us.
one car.
Macan GTS
We got a
is
super
chalk.
cool chalk Macan GTS.
We'll talk about it next week. I already wasted an hour of these guys' time by not hitting record on their microphones.
Right.
So let's.
right. So we're gonna put up kind
we
of a
get to
neat
it?
display here, and then I'm gonna sit back and munch out on some chips and dips and stuff here.
Yeah. All right.
If you guys don't mind, you guys take over.
No, fantastic.
Sounds great.
Yeah. So just so you know, the people on YouTube, they're actually able to see what's on our monitor up
This
here.
screen.
Yep.
Not this.
So they're looking at our magazine right
Yes.
They're
now.
looking at
They
the
are.
magazine.
Would you like
It's
a
a
refill?
great cover.
Sure.
All right. We'll work through that.
Awesome. Well, I think I'll give us a quick intro on kind of who we are. You
Yeah.
know, if you're not already tired of seeing me, this is my fourth time on First Dibs here, so thank you for having me back. We'll
Yeah.
start there, but we are Shift Colorado, so we are Colorado Cars and Coffee's enthusiast magazine division. About a year ago, Steve, who is the leader of Colorado Cars and Coffee, got an idea that he'd like to produce a digital magazine. So we got a team together. This was about the time last year that we were, thank you, starting to put things together, starting to get to kind of a team built, put on deck, and it's just been off to the races ever since. It's a pun. No, we've basically, you know, what we do is we go out to every car-related thing that we can. We just make a point of attending.
Yeah. Well, in your last issues, there's been stuff in here. I'm like, holy crap, where is this at?
Yeah. Weren't those on the same day? How'd you get to both?
I mean, yeah, we put in some work. There are some definitely long days.
Yeah.
So my role with the magazine is editor-in-chief. What that means is I do a little bit of everything. I write, I arrange. If I go to an event that doesn't have a pressing at it, I shoot photos on my iPhone that look terrible. That's okay. You make them small enough, no one can notice.
I'll edit them afterwards. Don't worry.
And then, I do layout work, so I do some of the work that turns, pictures and words into something that you see on the page, which can be either pleasing if I get it right or not if I get it wrong.
I thought your words about us were very flattering.
Well,
So
thank
thank you
you
again for writing about us.
Didn't ChatGPT write about you guys?
No, not the
that
Porsche
one?
Colorado Springs, Porsche Colorado or Colorado Springs Motors Power Sports.
Right.
God, I'm bad at that. Not the event guide, but the article
event
you wrote
guide,
about
the
us.
article.
I looked at my show with new eyes.
Oh, okay.
After reading it, I was like, wow, I sound important. That was great. Thanks.
No, I mean, and the contributed photography work that helped kind of stitch 2 episodes into one notional episode back in issue 3, I believe. That's
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so that was one of our recurring segments. So we do a segment called Colorado Content Creators, where we cover folks who put content together strikingly.
Right.
And we led with First Dibs.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess we put out something every week, so that
put out
if
something
if
every
that's
week.
content, I'll take it.
It's content. Preston, you want to talk a little bit about what you do with us?
So yeah, I'm just kind of one of the photographers. I've been with them actually for a year now. It's,
Yep.
Kind of got joined on right when we came out, and it's been a lot of fun. Just going to events and just trying to shoot as much as I can, and lots of cool opportunities, as you guys saw in the last issue with the Sequoia. Like you don't ever, average person doesn't get to do that all the time. So lots of really cool opportunities, and there's some cool stuff in this one too.
Yeah, you know, this guy puts the miles in. So Preston is actually located down in the Springs, and a lot of our events and a lot of what we shoot is located up in Denver. So big props to Preston.
Again, if you work at night, we could totally commute together. Like we could carpool. I need a ride home. Right? Yeah. You're gonna have to get your own way back. But anyway,
No, you guys hot swap the car. The car comes down, he takes it up.
oh, there you go.
brings it back down.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we recently, as in I don't know, a number of hours ago, released issue number 4. This one definitely came in hot. As of last Saturday, I think we had 20 pages designed into the magazine. Our final page count is 148.
Holy moly!
You're more than 10% there.
It's
Yeah,
it's going beyond magazine, becoming a catalog.
yeah, it's getting a little longer than
It's
I'd
like,
like
when does
to
a
see.
boat become a ship? Right? When does a magazine become a catalog?
When the Englishman walks up the hill and walks down a mountain.
Okay.
Somewhere around there.
That was really good.
It's a deep pull.
Wow.
But yeah, this one got real long. But we just had so much stuff, you know.
Yeah.
And when we did our winter issue, when we did issue number 3, which features first Dibs, when we kind of piloted our content creator series, we were very worried about being able to find enough stuff to do over the winter because
That's why we got in.
oh,
Right.
bye train of thought. No, I mean, it just kind of sucks to be a car person over the winter. You really have to.
We agree. Yeah, no, I think it was a struggle for us on the show too. Just, you know, we love to do it. We love to hang out. We love to do this. But I think part of what we struggle with is how do you bring interesting content to the people that are listening to you or reading you. So, yeah, the winter months are tough.
The winter months are tough, and I think the answer is you kind of have to create it yourself. That's kind of what we did with our little go-kart championship race when we Shanghaied podium karting now. Sorry, I got to remember the right term.
Okay.
We Shanghaied podium karting's Valentine's Day to do the kart racing. That was a good time. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't kind of our bread and butter, which is shows, events, racing. So I think that there was just kind of a lot of built up, you know, energy coming into this issue, coming into spring, long winter, gross winter, cold winter. I think we had record lows in December this year, right?
Yeah. Well, and even, it just continues.
Just
Right.
continues. But yeah, a lot of just kind of pent up energy to get out to shows. So when we finally got to do some things, we went out and did some things. And looking at things at, you know, 6, 7 o'clock this morning when we were putting our table of contents together, we did a lot of things.
Yeah. You blew up a tire.
Right.
We blew up well, there's a little
Someone
bit of
blew up
movie
a tire.
magic on this one. This is from last year's slush.
Okay.
Well, yeah, because the other one just happened.
The other one did
20
just
minutes
happen.
ago.
Yeah, May 27th at PIR. But no, we so this is actually our first community sourced cover. Interestingly enough, so we just put out a call on the Colorado Cars and Coffee Facebook and said, "Hey, photographers, we love you. What have you been shooting lately?" And to our surprise, we got roughly 120 submissions.
Wow. Wow.
Just an amazing amount of covers. And there was just some tremendous work there too. It was really tough. So we had a magazine chat meeting. We meet every Wednesday and kind of talk about things, do housekeeping. We ran through all the photography, and this one was just kind of a natural fit because it's an event that we covered this time around. Like, it's a great action shot. Photographer was Jacob Moore.
So is that a Nissan 240?
That would be a Nissan S15 Silvia.
It's a real Silvia then?
I believe that would be a real
Okay.
Silvia.
I don't know the difference. One's like a hatch, the other one has a trunk.
Yeah, so Silvia's a kind of 3-box coupe
Okay.
type of standard deal.
Yeah. Well, there's too much smoke for me to know, so I'm going to say that I knew what I was talking about there.
I think you nailed it.
That was
'cause
close. That was close.
240s
for a
and
Porsche guy.
for a Porsche
Yeah.
guy, doing pretty good.
Yeah.
No, 240 is the USDM Silvia, so you nailed it.
Okay.
It doesn't have the SR20 DET motor though.
That's true.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Sorry about that.
It's got the
Should've known. Yeah.
KA24.
Yes,
you
it
get
does.
a front
I
motor.
know.
Oh, wow.
Yuck.
Yep. I need your nerd voice for some of this stuff.
But yeah, what we did for the folks who did submit and didn't get in, we actually mocked up a cover for everyone. So
Oh, that sounds awesome.
we went through and we made all kinds of additional covers.
Did you stamp it denied?
I did not.
That would have been really good.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to consult our PR department
Yeah.
to see if we
Alright,
needed
well,
to redact
Yeah,
them. But
right. Just yeah.
but we did
we
email
are your
out.
PR department.
Yeah, well,
You're hired.
oh no, I don't need any more jobs.
Right.
I love it. I think it's
Yeah,
really fun.
I think it's a
And
great shot.
Catching it when the tire exploded.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, if I didn't know better, I would think somebody just sat there with an iPhone in like slow-mo video mode. Because how do you catch that? Like if you press click when the tire explodes, you missed it.
I mean that's got to be the luck of the draw.
That's-
but
yeah, no,
you know,
it's-
Jacob, if you're out there in the chat,
Yeah, definitely. If you're listening.
Yeah.
but yeah,
Get the dad outs out there.
Yeah, that's probably like hundreds.
Get
of
the
shots
dad out.
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, Matt.
There you go. Look at that.
No, it's a
It's super cool.
fantastic shot, and we plan on doing it again. So keep your eyes out on Colorado Cars and Coffee's Facebook group, where we will put another cover contest out there fairly soon here. So we've got our standard masthead, we've got our standard features, recognizable name on the Brumos Porsche.
Yeah, look at that thing.
Look at that thing.
Holy moly.
That was shot by Danny Tran.
Oh, that's fantastic. Our buddy Danny.
Buddy Danny, and actually, it was fun. I bumped into Danny last Saturday.
Good.
Which is when that shot is from.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got the air vents
Yeah.
from this
The new-
year's car.
New stuff. Yep.
Yeah, it was fun. We were up at the start line. I just saw Danny walk by. I'm like, hi, Danny. He looked around for a second.
Yeah.
But what we decided to do is we're going to go through kind of some of our favorite articles. So the
Yeah.
first one that I want to cover is going to be the next page, I believe. Yep. So this is Finding the Way Back. This is a Pikes Peak hill climb driver, Mattis Huska. Friend of mine, someone who put in his rookie year last year and unfortunately had a mechanical take him out on race day.
Oh, no.
So what I did is I got together with Mattis. Mattis is a shop owner in the Denver area, and we sat down. We had an interview, and this was like the toughest interview we ever got through. On the optimistic side, he installed an entire axle worth of wide body kit while we were talking, which is the pictures on the bottom. Like he did not stop working the
Right.
whole time. So this is in the span of about 45 minutes. He just took a Sawzall to his TTS, murdered it, put a wide body kit on it, while I was talking about probably one of the hardest things he's gone through in his life. But on his way up the mountain during race day last year, he wound up having a gasket fail on his turbo on his wastegate. His turbo spun to the moon, grenaded itself, and he pulled over about 3/4 of the way up the mountain, had to back it up into a berm, and just start dealing with those feelings and talking to him about that. You know, it was just a very raw experience as far as, you know, not only seeing him on race day when he came down the hill, but then coming back and talking to him a year later and kind of asking probing questions about it. Like you can tell, it's something that really stuck with him. And you know, he was at the point where he didn't even want to show his face at the driver's recognition breakfast that they have the next day after TPIHC. But then he went, and he received like this crazy outpouring of support from the drivers. And you know, so Mattis is from Slovakia, actually.
Wow.
And he had a ton of people travel both nationally and internationally to support him. And like these guys were awesome to see on race day. They ran up to the start line waving the Slovakian flag. They were making all kinds of noise. You could hear them over the crowd. And you know, he was sitting there thinking, you know, I've disappointed my team with a bad showing, and he just gets, you know, crazy outpouring of support and decides to go again. So this year he's leaning into the car. The car is testing very well. He put a wide body on it, so he's got a fair amount more track width. Done some crazy stuff with adding a PCM to his car. So kind of entire CAN bus power delivery system, not PCM, PDM.
PDM.
Yep.
And the car is an Audi TT.
Yeah, the
for
car
those of
is
you listening.
a 2012 Audi TTS.
That's the 5-banger?
That is the 4-banger. So you have just got a spicy Golf right there.
Oh wow. Okay.
Cool.
I'm not sure exactly where he's dynoing out, but it's something just bonkers. You know, all the Pikes Peak cars are.
Yeah,
Right?
4 to 600.
Yeah,
so
somewhere in that
yeah.
ballpark.
Maybe 8. It's an 1,100 horsepower car.
But yeah, you know, the article really just kind of goes through some of the times that or some of the things that stuck out to me as quotes when we had our interview.
This kind of stuff, I think, is what's so cool about the magazine you guys are doing is, you know, getting coverage out about, you know, some of the other stories. You know, to have somebody write a story about Romain Dumas, you know, setting a record in an IDR. You know, there's a lot of might of Volkswagen behind that, and they've got people's ears that they can pull and people they can pay to write stuff. And this is just a way to. There's so many stories. You know, there's 75 race cars. There's probably 200 stories about running up the hill. So to get a little more exposure for the people, you know, I don't know that 10 years ago an article like this happened. You know, so like this story would have been lost. You know, I think about my grandpa landed on D+1 in Normandy. He never told anybody about it, right?
Really?
That's lost. You know, there's so many stories about different racing and stuff like that from the people that were struggling with it and really, you know, have great stories to tell, but that never got a chance because there was never a light shown on them. So to have you guys getting out there and you know, putting in the time and the work, I think that's really cool.
Well, yeah, and especially, you know, our Colorado folks too, because we actually have so many teams that are located here in Colorado and putting an effort in, but a lot of them are on kind of the smaller stage. They're not factory back teams. So that's what kind of this whole series is the first, I think, about 18 pages of the magazine is all local Colorado drivers, and I would say we have anything from kind of the small stage with Mattis and David Hackle, who's got the Audi S1 replica, up to kind of the mid-tier stage with Dan Novembre, you know, someone who's been on the mountain for 15 years, crazy fast, bonkers open wheel car, just, you know, another amazing Colorado competitor, and then someone who's made it onto the global stage because we've also got Rob Holland in there at the end. And we were able to spend a substantial amount of time talking to all these folks.
That's awesome.
Except David. David wrote his own.
Okay.
But I see Hackle enough.
So you got to spend your whole life as a magazine with that guy. That's pretty good.
It's true.
That's really good.
But yeah, Mattis's article I think is definitely my number one in the magazine here. It's definitely the one that kind of resonated with me. There's ethos there. Sorry, I used a big word.
Empathy.
Yes.
Sure.
Emotion.
Emotion. There
Right.
we go.
But yeah, Mattis's story is incredible.
What's the name of his shop? Is it Vibrant Performance?
It is not Vibrant Performance. Vibrant is one of his sponsors. They helped him actually build a totally bonkers catch can. It's something like a $3,800 catch system for his air oil separation. It's wild.
Yeah, that's rubber tubing in a bottle, right? Kind of.
You can go deep on deep on an AOS.
It
but,
catches a lot of oil.
I guess I'm
extra catchy.
I'm used to seeing it on cars like what John drives.
Mattis, if you're listening, you should post the name of your shop because Mattis's shop is actually in just this super nondescript part of town. There's no sign over
Maybe
the
he
building.
doesn't want
anything.
anyone to know. Is it
Right.
Granite World? Could be Granite World.
That's another sponsor.
Okay. It's UC Health, the UC Health shop.
Yes, you see. Does he specialize in European?
Mattis works on kind of interesting exotic cars. So when I visited his shop, I got to see my first Murcielago ever.
Oh wow, okay.
So he's got a Mercy in there. He's got a Hummer that's going to a Duramax swap, like an old
Oh wow.
HMMWV, like military Hummer. Got all kinds of bonkers stuff.
Wow.
But yeah, that's easily my favorite. And now I will pass the mic over to Preston.
I was gonna say, I guess my next favorite though is kind of down towards the bottom.
That's
but
okay.
That's okay.
Yeah.
We can bounce
Tag.
around.
Look at all this
Yeah.
cool content you're skipping.
There is
much
a
content.
boatload.
I'm excited to hear about this
It's
one.
not in Mark. Look how
I know.
fast it's. I wasn't even going to talk about that one.
I know.
talk about
Well,
it.
I
That's a
we don't have to
competing
talk
brand.
about it right now, but I want to hear
We'll
about
talk
that car.
about that one.
Yeah.
it was cool and it can fit bagels in the back.
I can fit in the back,
And that's
but I
about
can't
it,
get
right?
out.
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
What article is that?
Yeah, that's the centerfold section.
That's going to be the Ascend event over at PPI.
Whoa,
happening
look at
this
that.
year.
Wow.
Look at
that.
That's how you corner. Right there.
quick shout
if
out
you're
to
not
Carter Bell on
cornering
that
on
one.
the side of your tire, you're not cornering hard
We have
enough.
to shout that one out. That's so that one is an effort from Carter Bell. Carter's a college student in the journalism program that graduated last May at CU, and he followed CU's FSAE program, which is Formula SAE. It's kind of the automotive engineering track at CU, which they do as kind of an elective. But Carter went and sourced all this stuff himself, basically dug up his own story and did it soup to nuts from finding the story, writing it, designing it, editing it, and putting it into the magazine himself. So, Carter, if you're out there, way to go.
Yeah.
That was an awesome story.
Wow.
And then I think there it is. Yeah, TACT.
TACT.
What a cool, interesting place.
The story of tact.
Yeah. So kind of what it is teaching the autism community trades. So it's a really cool shop in Denver, and it's just a bunch of people coming together just to learn a bunch of different stuff. We specifically covered the automotive program. So yeah, the kids in there taking apart motors, putting them back together, and transmissions, and just doing a lot of stuff, almost learning everything you can possibly learn. Tear down a car, put it back together, do oil changes. And it's just really inspiring to see kind of what they're doing there. Just working on newer stuff that you don't really not a lot of people get to work on quite yet too.
Yeah, so a little bit of background on that one. We actually got turned on to TACT by Toyota when we reviewed their cars.
Oh, cool.
So does tact stand for something?
Yeah,
it's-
teaching the autism community trades.
That makes sense.
It's really good. I had to look at it. Yeah.
But yeah, Toyota basically when we had Sequoia and GR Day, that's another movie magic
Okay.
thing. We had the cars at the same time.
Okay. Cool.
But when we came back, we had a chance to walk around Toyota corporate in Denver a little bit and chat with some of the folks there, and they were really excited because they had just donated a number of motors and everything that they had in their shop program, their education program, to this organization. And what they said is like, hey, if you guys want to do like a quick shout out to them or something in our article, we'd really appreciate it. We've also, I think they made something like a $10,000 or $15,000 cash donation to it as well.
Nice.
And Steve got in touch with them. We met their executive sponsor, Danny Combs, which is a really cool dude. He's a Grammy award-winning recording artist from Memphis.
Wow.
Who has a car hobby problem. And had wound up having a son who was on the spectrum of ASD, and noticed, when he was working on his car with his son around, his son would make these like crazy awesome things out of cardboard, and he's like, there's got to be a way to kind of work with folks who are on the non-neurotypical spectrum here to put something really cool together and kind of not only teach them skills, but teach them skills in a way that they're going to be successful with them. And that's what TACT is all about. So it's kind of grown from just the humble beginnings there into this amazing program that we all got together in early May to go take a look at and shoot and interact with the clients of. So got a lot of photos of the folks that we got to meet while we were out there. That's Lucas on the front page. He was awesome. He chatted with us a lot about what he was working on his Explorer. And he was actually just hanging out. He had actually already graduated and gotten placed in a job with, I believe, AutoNation. And he was just kind of back to hang out with the auto program.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, they have the auto program, then they have wood shop and welding. Like they teach everything. It's really, really cool. And so it's just kind of inspiring just to watch them take stuff apart, put it back together. Get to be around them all day.
Yeah.
It was so much fun.
Well, that's amazing because, the trades in general have declined drastically, right? As far as people have been saying it for a while, but the harsh reality of it, it's plumbers aren't retiring because there are no new plumbers, that kind of stuff. The trades.
How long do you think it takes to get into a body shop to have your car worked on?
A long
Big
time.
name,
yeah.
easy. Yeah.
It's a long time.
No, exactly. So, yeah, this is awesome.
No, that's super cool. I never would have thought it. This is right in Denver.
Yeah, so this is right in the middle of not downtown, but
It kind of it. Well,
Englewood.
Okay, yeah.
They got a beautiful new remodeled facility that so they actually teach a large number of programs. They teach auto shop, and auto shop is kind of the one that's front and center. That's the one that takes up the most space. But they've got beautiful sets of tools, 3 rotary lifts that were donated by the Auto Nation group up there, or Groove. I can't remember which, but. You know, this one might resonate with you, Justin. They were working on a 2004 Audi Allroad 270.
That's a great car.
I can't think of a more maniacal car to start someone off on working on than something with air springs, twin turbo,
Right.
any 2.7 Audi, period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's figure this out.
Let's figure this out.
Yeah.
you don't want to.
You graduated. Right? This is all I've done.
If you don't run away screaming, you are a mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's pretty wild, man. That's really cool. If you had to just take a guess, roughly how many students do they?
So they usually keep the class size pretty small. Each class is taught by both an industry expert and a behavioralist. So we met
Okay.
Chris, who was the industry specialist. He had been in kind of the business with Ford for a long time, like a fairly significant double-digit number of years. And then Zach, who was the behavioralist, who was helping kind of translate everything into a way that they could teach it in a way that would make kind of the kids successful and empower them on how they could kind of learn and grow from it. It's an amazing program, but by nature of that means they keep the classes small.
Sure.
They also do workshops where they have upwards of more than 100 at a time, which
Wow.
is kind of like a smaller bite, if you will. It's not like the full program, but it's getting folks kind of it's getting folks an idea of what the program is all about.
Yeah, it's a great idea. You know, like my son Lewis took golf lessons. We accidentally signed him up for the competition camp,
Nice.
which was a week long. They changed the name of it. But before that, they also had during the week in the mornings, single days where you could bring your kid and they would just hit balls with a coach for half a day. You know, so if you're doing an event with 100 people where people can dip their toes in the water of wood shop and mechanic work and welding and all of those things, then maybe that you find something that resonates with you and you can figure out, which direction you want to go.
Right.
I think that's awesome. I didn't know that existed. So
Yeah, me neither.
What a cool program.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, this one was incredible. I'm glad you chose that one.
Yeah, it was really cool getting. I mean, it was a drive. It was about an hour and a half, but it was worth it.
Yeah.
Yep. Worth it. I think worth it right there. Preston, how do you get into cars? What was kind of your
And
genesis?
I used to just go to local car meets. Just local.
Which ones? We're down here in the spring, so you can.
Oh, I don't know if I want to. The 719 Street scene stuff kind of growing.
I
up.
go there every weekend.
Oh, there you go.
I think. Is that the one by Chef Bob's?
I have sure.
Sure.
No, they kind of disbanded. I grew up
alright.
kind of doing that with my brother.
Yeah, 719 Street Scene, that was like 10, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
Right? That's
was
something that was
really?
around when I was in high school.
Yeah, it was awesome.
I got to get you guys out to the one that happens at Chef Bob's. Saturday nights.
Is that like one that happens at King Chef? Because if it's King Chef, I'm in.
Nope. No.
man.
Chef Bob's is a lobster roll store.
I'm out.
It's right by my house, but basically you hang out and you go to 7-Eleven and get a slushie.
Nice. No, I mean, I went to those as growing up, and then just went to the airstrip attack in 2016, I think it was, and that was kind of my first time just trying to take photos and just learn it, and saw a bunch of cool, like an LFA, got to hear the LFA and a Veyron, and it was just super inspiring, super cool to go to. So I kind of progressed from there, got a degree in commercial photography, and just continued my automotive photography journey from there. So
Where's your degree from?
it's a Arapahoe Community College.
Yeah.
Started at the Art Institute, and then they closed. So kind of all the teachers went there. So I might as well follow.
Okay.
So
Wow.
it's been fun.
That place looks more like a prison than a
It really
college,
does,
right?
It doesn't feel like a prison though.
I love it. I love the
It
look
looks-
of that building. Yeah, I really do.
It looks like a prison. That's for
They
sure.
had to reschedule. Their
Yeah,
their car.
Oh, they
their
did?
Concours.
Oh, because
So now we can go. It's in September.
Oh, good.
Oh, I didn't have a date.
Yeah,
That's
June
exciting.
was a hell of a month this year.
Oh,
wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. That was
Yeah,
May.
someone asked if we missed it.
I think that was May.
Probably.
But yeah, we did. We did miss it, but we can also not miss it now.
Okay.
So
That's good.
yeah.
I guess that'd make it my turn again,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
Do you want to go?
I'll go.
All right.
Do you guys have any
Go
favorites?
back up to the top.
Do you want to talk about the GR?
I would love to know. I would love to know a little bit about what is Toyota in Denver.
So Toyota in Denver is it's a regional office, so it's a lot of support for the techs and the dealerships.
Okay.
They also have a regional press fleet. We actually wound up contacting them because Steve met them out at a Cars and Coffee event. So one of their test engineers was showing the Corolla GR before it was out. And Steve started having conversation with them like, hey, could we get into a review vehicle? And first time, not a chance. Second time, still no.
No.
Third time, let me ask some people.
Right.
And what this turned into was just this incredible day in March. Like this,
It was cold.
if nothing else, this is what I'm going to remember from the magazine is, us taking out. So they graciously provided us both a Corolla GR Core, which is I guess it's the low spec car, but it had all the packages on it. So really not super low spec. As well as a Toyota Sequoia TRD Pro,
I remember that one.
which was this gigantic rolling 3-row orange monolith of an SUV. Said, hey, you got a tank of gas, you got the whole day, go wild.
Nice.
Give us a call if you have a problem. And we got together. There were 6 of us. We took the cars out to Red Rocks. Then we took them out on Deer Creek Canyon. We got a little bit of a urban photo shoot, which I got to say that made me nervous.
Yeah, I mean, and it started to snow a little bit in Deer Creek too.
Deer
rain.
Creek
wow.
didn't make me nervous. It was shooting in the warehouses that made me
Oh, the
nervous.
warehouse. Yeah.
Because we were shooting in a warehouse where people were working.
Oh. Okay.
But
Excuse me. Come through. Wait.
So all the photography in this is all original.
Yeah,
this is all original
all of it.
photography. All of it.
There's a
Holy
couple of
moly.
us that went through it.
Yeah, and a third of it is Preston, actually.
Wow.
Yeah. Like, look at those.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the cover photo, like the article
Yeah.
lead.
The
that's
rolling,
that's
yeah.
a genuine photo.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So don't tell anyone, but we were hanging out the back of the Sequoia to shoot that.
No, I got some pictures for you.
Yeah. That's why we need our
This looks. I mean that.
Cayenne race truck.
This doesn't look like Colorado local digital magazine. This looks like a Toyota ad.
I was thinking that when I was actually laying this out. I'm like, how did we get here? How did I get so lucky that I...
It's amazing. I mean, the quality is absolutely the layout, everything. I'm not kidding. Like this looks like a legit Toyota ad that you would see on their site, on their website.
Totally agree. Or even like the brochure.
Oh my
Like
gosh,
the,
yeah.
the little pictures down here with all the GR
Yeah,
logos.
yeah.
I mean I didn't know that existed. It says GR4 on something.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Little
Side skirts.
skirt.
Yeah, the side sills have the all-wheel drive name
Yeah.
branded in them.
Those Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it'll hold 8 Hot Wheels
It'll
in
hold
the trunk.
at least 7 Hot Wheels.
Oh,
Yep.
there's room for one more.
I got to use my accounting skills here.
There you go.
I've seen numbers before, and that is 7.
Look at the counter steer. Look at. He's obviously looking this way, and he's counter steering. That is a lot.
Yeah,
of
I gotta
that is-
say, I love Steve. I love Steve's candid shots. Steve,
Yeah.
I know you're out there, so
Oh, yeah.
thank you so much for
Yeah.
this. I really hope you enjoy what we have, and we want you. By the way, that's straight to Steve.
Shows no fear.
But yeah, no. Turns out fitting an adult in the back, not the best,
Yeah.
especially like a cholesterol enthusiast like myself. It's not ideal. I could probably spend about 45 minutes to an hour
They
back
need to
there.
sell that T-shirt at Walmart.
Cholesterol enthusiast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean this is my dinner, right? This is
That's the next shirt I'll get you guys.
all right.
Yeah.
Powered by cholesterol.
I'm in.
But no, I mean, this was just such a cool experience that we got to do not only one, but 2 OEM reviews. And we've been talking to folks in the auto journo space, and they're like, "How did you do this? Like you didn't.
You had
wind
to
up-
ask 3 times.
Yeah.
Steve had to ask 3 times,
Right.
Good job, Steve.
but we didn't wind up going through any of the clearinghouses for automotive reviews because there are a couple in Denver that are kind of generally the gatekeepers on getting a press vehicle.
Really interesting.
We got ours directly from the manufacturer, which was bizarre. And I had even one of them reach out to me and just say, congratulations, you found a way to jump the process.
Wow. Wow.
That's interesting. I would
Yeah.
have just thought that's how you did it.
It's
You just
fascinating
talked
to me.
the manufacturer directly.
Right.
And everyone's so nice and welcoming too. Like
Oh,
that was an
yeah.
awesome
Yeah.
thing. Like
Like
super
the folks at Toyota Corporate, like, was that not one of the coolest office buildings you've ever seen?
pretty sweet. Not too bad.
And,
And
this
then-
is in downtown Denver again?
I don't think
We can't disclose the location
that's
of
fine.
Toyota
Yeah, no.
Corporate, but
But it's Denver-ish.
Denver-esque.
Just Google it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Right.
Google it.
Yep.
Right.
But this actually ties into another segment. I have to mention this one just for
three-
Steve's
Tell me
sake.
about the car a little bit.
yeah.
Have you haven't driven my WRX, right?
I've driven a generation before
Yeah.
yours. I have not driven the FA20
Okay.
WRX, but this was actually. It's going to sound cliche, but this is a driver's car, and I think when you're talking about this market, you've got 3 main competitors in the $40,000-ish space. You've got Corolla GR, you've got Civic Type R, and you've got Golf R. So 2 Japanese, 1 German.
Yep.
Golf R is what you buy if you're an adult.
Yep.
You like to let your figurative hair down because, hairlines recede. I think Civic Type R you buy if you're maybe on the younger end of the spectrum. This you buy if you were a driver. So there's no artificial road noise in this. This is definitely the stiffest of the 3. This is definitely the sharpest of the 3. Having driven the other 2 just on occasion from friends or other people that have one, I would say that this is the car you buy if you want to have some fun, but it's not going to be the most practical of the 3. The Golf R is going to win the grown-up competition.
How about space? Is this the smallest?
This is the smallest.
It feels like the smallest.
But it fits 7 Hot Wheels.
Yeah, well, hey, that's good.
And bagels and coffee. We can
And
forget
bagels
that.
and coffee, yeah.
Line
We
signs too.
somehow did not have room for bagels and coffee in the Sequoia, so we got it in the GR here. But there's still a really great amount of space. Like, truth be told, how often are you going to be using those back seats?
A lot.
A lot.
Well, John. Yeah, John, a lot.
For me, a lot. But no, I think that's why they build a bunch of different cars.
That's
right?
right.
It is, there's different constraints. If I was 5 feet tall, that would probably have plenty space for me, but I'm not.
It is a
So-
4-door.
It is.
Right.
Yep.
So it's
And it does have back
is,
seats.
It is kind of funny you mentioned that there's no real space in the back seat, but I guess I see BMWs, where it's 4 doors and the front seats are pushed all the way back into the rear
the
seat.
6 Series.
Right,
the big one. It's weird.
Yeah, it's like, there's room back here, but if you have legs, yeah, no.
Oh, you know what's interesting about that? And this is so we saw this at the Denver Auto Show, the new Toyota Crown. The back seat is not a space for anyone over 6 feet. And that's like a big sedan. Like
Yeah, right.
The Crown is a big sedan that's been traditionally in RHD, like Japan.
Yeah, so it's like the
market-only car.
Avalon. It's not an Avalon, but
It's not an Avalon, but like
probably replacing that.
a largish Avalon, I
Yeah.
would say. And like the front seat is a great place to be. We saw this at the Denver Auto Show. Me and my buddy Chris Colton went, as well as my lovely wife Julie. And the Crown actually in the back seat, anyone over 6 foot, I'm going to say, is going to be hitting their head.
Really?
It's kind of fallen victim to the new coupe roofline on a sedan trend. Or that's not really new anymore, just is. But,
Right. Huh. Yeah, that's interesting.
Geez, did we make this long enough?
I know it's here somewhere.
I think it's up top door. Yeah,
I think it is the third to the last article. Yeah,
Oh, there
there we
it
go.
is.
Yeah.
Got to say, car of the year 2023 that we decided on at the Denver Auto Show is the 1984 Cadillac Cimarron.
That
Country
thing was
Club.
beautiful.
That thing is dope.
Look at that.
Look at that.
Look at the teeth. Look at the two-tone. Look at the stripe.
Wow. It looks
Yeah.
like it's got a big giant mustache, you know?
It does.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The Denver Auto Show is a lot of fun. When's the last time you guys went? Has it been a while?
Yeah, I was actually forced to go work it.
I worked it too the year before
Yeah.
it stopped. So
Yeah.
19 or 18, 19.
I didn't go. I think I went before that because I got out of. Anyway, I was forced to go work the auto show, which, I mean, I hate to rag on it a little bit. The auto show in general was great. I mean, it was awesome. At the time, they still had Jeeps doing like an off-road course indoor,
Yep.
you know, that kind of stuff. But the Porsche display, they lock up all the cars, right? I remember I had to go work it when the Macan was coming out. And the one Macan that they put on display is a black Macan Turbo with tinted windows that you couldn't see, and the doors are locked. And it had an MSRP of like $120,000. It's like, guys, you're saying this is like the new affordable small
Right.
SUV,
This is meant to be a volume
and,
car,
yeah,
right?
like now you just like, what the hell are you doing? And so there was tons of complaints, and I'm even telling the Porsche people that are there, saying like, guys, you have to open these cars, and no, we can't do that. You have to open these cars. We can't do that. And they finally just walked away.
You know
right?
what the best part was when I was there? If you grab the door handle 4 times in 30 seconds, you know what happens? Alarm.
Nice.
The alarm goes off.
Oh, that had to be so much
yeah,
fun for you.
Yep.
Oh man.
Yep. Then you
But,
unlock it, and then
I mean,
30
in my
seconds later.
in my past of working there, I had to go work with Porsche and Jaguar, and the Jags they'd leave open, and every single one would have a shift knob stolen from it.
That sounds like DAS.
Like what? You know, now granted, the Jag shift knob, it's real wood. You know.
Yeah. I
And you
mean,
tell your friends like, look, I got a Jag shift knob.
I know. You could go put that in your Mustang.
one quick story about Denver Auto Show that I got to tell is I did not give 2 craps about cars until I want to say 2007 when I started going to the Denver Auto Show.
Really?
I drove a 1991 Toyota Camry in baby powder blue,
Nice.
teal and pink accent stripes, Canadian model. Delightful.
That sounds rather colorful for a Canadian car.
I'll show you a photo after class here of me just hard parked with my 18-year-old self and that Camry.
Nice.
But I went to the Denver Auto Show, and it kind of opened my eyes up to the diversity and what could be interesting about cars. I think the first year I went was the year they were showing the Veyron,
Okay.
which got a lot of people out, got a lot of people interested. And, you know, a buddy of mine who was a car enthusiast, at that time I was like a junior in college, I didn't even have my own car at college at that point. Just did not care. I was riding my bike everywhere. But a friend of mine from Colorado Springs like, hey, I'm coming up to the Denver Auto Show. You got to go with me. They have a Veyron. Who would spend $1.5 million on a car? Idiot.
Right. Turns out quite a few people.
Went out to that show, got exposure not only to, you know, the cool stuff that the exotic dealers bring, which also still, you know, not entirely in the realm of reasonability, but seeing kind of the enthusiast level stuff that was out back then. I would say that is where I kind of learned that it was okay to be an enthusiast. And Denver Auto Show was like an annual tradition for me.
Okay.
So as an accountant, I have my busy season from kind of January to March. And Denver Auto Show was always very early in April, and that would kind of mark the end of busy season.
Okay.
And I would just go out with my friends and just have a total riot at the show. Like we would go sit in the most bizarre things and find appreciation in them.
Right.
I really miss the swag, like not
yeah.
only the swag, but like the brochures, because I remember, you know, like the Minneapolis Auto Show, 98, 99, 2000, you know, probably even maybe a little earlier than that, but just coming home with like a plastic auto show bag full of the brochures about all these cars that I wanted. And
Right.
So good.
Studying, you know, the Mercedes E420 has 342 horsepower. I think it was 290. But like that, all of those little things, and like,
Right.
it was fun. You know, you went for a day and you took home so much more than that you could just geek out over.
Like, what about when the experimental brands came out? So I have a mix CD of the Scion TC.
Hell yeah.
A mixed CD,
A mixed CD of the Scion TC.
not a mixed tape. A mixed
No,
CD.
it was burned on site.
It was burned on site. Or when Volkswagen was bragging about recycling by giving plastic VW Beetle pencil holders out to everyone. Sorry, Volkswagen.
Right,
It's so funny,
yeah.
though. Yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, going back to this one, I was out there with a photographer and my wife, and we had the time of our lives. Like, we went through, we saw the OEMs. I think we framed this article as far as things that we regret saying while we were on site. The top one was mine. I will own that. I think I'm ready to acknowledge that I called the 2023 Toyota Prius good looking.
Is that the one on the far right?
That's the
hammerhead?
Prius
It looks
now.
pretty good.
Yeah.
The hammerhead.
It
Yeah.
is shockingly good looking,
Yeah.
and it's a Prius. I feel deeply conflicted about this.
When did you first realize you're getting old?
Yeah.
In my 40s.
Yeah. You're not there yet.
No,
You just had 39?
just had 37.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
God, what a baby.
Oh my gosh.
Jeez,
Yeah.
I'm not even
Oh,
talking to
yeah,
you.
we don't want to
I'm
look
not
at
even
me.
talking to you. Yeah.
We do want to talk to you because it's your
Well, we
turn
do.
to pick
We
an
would,
article.
we would love
Yeah.
to talk to you, but not about how old you are.
Yeah, let's not. I don't know. I mean, I guess my next favorite would have to be the Slush article that we did. We ended up going to Slush May 27th.
Okay.
I think somewhere in the 40s or 50s.
Yeah.
Where is that held?
PPIR.
PPIR.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I didn't get to go last year.
Oh, there it is.
Is it drift?
It was, yeah. I guess
Wow.
part of the highlight for me was because I got to actually, I've been shooting drift photography probably, I don't know, a very long time. And so I finally got to actually go in a car and do a ride along. And that was one of the,
Oh wow.
the most insane experience I've ever had, being in anything like that before. So I think for me, just overall aspect of things, it's just a lot of fun. You have a lot of really cool people out there. You get to meet some, YouTubers out there that came in from California, and just everyone's just everything about it. I mean, it's a car show. You have drifting, you have a burnout competition, you have hot laps, you have drag races, you have night drifting. It's just kind of a whole thing for kind of everyone. I got there at 7 a.m. and stayed. I only got to stay till 4, but the overall experience, and I guess how everyone acted and everything was just a lot of fun. I think if we scroll down, we have a couple of other photos. It's just some action shots, and then I have the one there with that blue BRZ on the right, where I'm inside the car shooting while
Wow.
he's drifting. And so that was one of my favorites that I got to do.
These are all professional drivers or amateurs or
A little bit of both. So the guy I was riding with, he's been doing it a very long time.
Okay.
Levi. He's been drifting a very long time. But you had Michael Essa he was with the Daily Drift and Exotics crew down there in that Ferrari, and so he's Formula Drift champion. So he was there driving with everyone. But you have people just learning how, or people have been doing it for a long time and doing tandem rides and just ride along against you're against another person's door. It's a really cool experience.
Right.
Getting to just ride along.
So
even.
I don't know anything about Slush. Are they
They do meets-
Colorado local?
Yeah,
Or-
in Denver they do meets every Sunday. I am unfortunately not able to ever go to any of them, but I mean I go to a lot of motorsports festivals
Sure.
that are related to
Every
PPIR.
Sunday.
Yeah, just
Is it every Sunday or
or
every other
every
Sunday?
month, one Sunday
Okay.
a month. Sorry, yeah,
every month.
And then
Okay.
I think they're getting ready to do it at Bandamere.
wow.
So it's pretty cool. Yeah, they do one meet a month, but I mean, I've never been able to go up to the meets, but I used to be able to go up there a lot, but they just kind of put on a whole festival. Just
Yeah,
for everyone
it
to
feels
come
like grid life to me. I
It
haven't
really
been to
was,
that,
yeah.
but it seemed, from what I can tell, is it's just
mini grid life. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the easy way to explain it.
I'd say so. Last year, I would definitely call it mini grid life. It looks
Yeah.
like this year they kind of stepped up their game a little bit. I couldn't tell you. I was in Vegas at the time.
Yeah.
We sent a massive team of everyone but me for this one.
right.
But last year was mini grid life, and this year they really kind of have their game stepped up. So I think between Ascend and Slush, Pikes Peak has got some entertaining options as far as the festival crowd goes.
Sure.
Yeah, what do you think the split is between people that are driving there and people that are just there to watch?
There's a lot. I mean, a lot of the drivers even there were doing ride-alongs. Like you give them a couple, like $20 something, they'll do a 1 lap or something.
Oh wow.
But there was a lot of spectators. But I did hear that they did sell a lot of tickets for the car show. Even the parking lot. I know when I got there at 7, it was empty. But by the time I left at 3 or 4, it was full and overflowing. So there's a lot of spectators. There's a lot of car show entries. It was really packed. There was easily 1,000 people, I would say, if not more. I mean, it was packed. But
Oh,
it's
that's
really
great.
cool. Yeah, just watching. I mean, everyone, there's pretty good. You have to be careful too with so many people, but everyone was really respectful, and I didn't see anything that was too concerning. So it was really nice too.
Sure.
Everyone respectful.
You mentioned Bandamere. A little bit off topic. What do you think about it closing?
Pretty sad. That sucks.
I think it was something that kind of everyone knew was coming at some point.
Sure. It's been around forever.
I'm not even going to call that a hot take. It's just everyone kind of knew it was coming. I'm excited because I know that they are looking for a place to relocate to. I'm bummed for the staff at Bandamere. I have a lot of friends who are staff and work on kind of various different places in Bandamere. Bandamere's a partner with the magazine. They've helped us write content. But I think despite the short-term pain, I think it's going to be a good thing for them in the long term when they can find a place where they can run races and everything where they're not going to be getting complained about because people built their house next to a
right
racetrack.
next to a racetrack. Yeah.
And I think at the end of the day too, I mean, no matter where it's built, people are going to drive to
Yeah,
go there.
yeah.
They're gonna
So,
go.
I mean, they're going to go. So I think it'll be all right.
Yeah. Anyway, I didn't mean to get completely sideways.
Oh, yeah,
but-
No, not at all.
Overall, I don't know. Yeah, just Slush as an event was pretty cool. I mean, PPIR, I always have a good time. I know a lot of people that work down there, so it's always a fun time whenever I get to go.
This was the event where I learned photographers can write.
Okay.
We sent a pretty healthy team down there, so we sent a team of 5, and everyone was from the photography team, and we still managed to get copy together.
That's
so
awesome.
Yeah.
Chris Colton, Nathan Hughes, big shout outs to you guys for actually getting words on paper. I appreciate you. Let's see. One I'll touch on real quick, and I think we should close it out with your last one, is TFL. So we mentioned our Colorado Content Creator Series a little bit earlier, and that is
These guys?
Yeah.
Yep. So these guys are the Fast Lane YouTube, and you might recognize them as TFL Car, TFL Truck, TFL Classic. So this is a big multi-channel media house. We wound up going up and checking them out, filming a video on just the middle of the day on a Wednesday one day. So these guys have their own property where they film video, and we got a chance to talk to them about what it takes to actually put, a media team together where they're putting out content on a daily basis on multiple channels. I think they have something like 8 channels, a podcast, a TikTok, other things. But these guys were so cool to talk to. We drove in. There was a team of, I believe, 4 of us, and we sat down with them for about an hour and just talked about what it takes to actually go through these things. What it's like, what their production schedule's like to get content together for 8 different channels.
Right. Jeez.
Like thinking about your guys' podcast. Can you imagine doing this 8 times?
It'd be fun.
Like 2 pieces of content a week.
Right. Wow.
But that particular day, one of the interesting things they do is they get really abstract with their comparisons. They were comparing a Honda side-by-side. I can't remember the model name off the top. That's not my thing. But comparing a Honda side-by-side to a Baja Bug as far as an off-road fun toy.
Right.
I like the concept.
The side-by-side cost 4 times more than the Bug.
Right. And is more dangerous.
And is,
Yep.
I don't know, I rode in the Bug. I'd say the Bug felt dangerous.
It was more fun though, I'm sure.
But, a hilarious Beetle. It was a 1881 Beetle, Baja with crazy tires and everything. And they're just like waxing this thing down an off-road course, just sending it down steps and everything, and trying to run it through a mud bog, seeing if it'll get stuck. I mean, how much fun is that?
Right.
Honestly,
Yep.
like all the photos are so good. They're so kinetic. There's a lot of motion. But it was also really cool to hear how kind of a professional content house runs their production schedule too. The answer to that is much better than we do. So they have meetings, they schedule things, they know what's coming in from manufacturers, they know what trips they're going on, and they run it kind of like clockwork off a whiteboard, which is
I knew we needed a whiteboard.
Right.
There you
you
go.
guys need a whiteboard.
That's all we're missing.
Yeah. Dang it, we got our PA. We just need a whiteboard.
But no, it was just really, really great to talk to these guys about kind of the way they put things together. I know I learned a lot. But yeah, we hung out with them, watched them just do hilarious things to the Beetle, hilarious things to the side by side. So the Beetle they actually own.
Okay.
The side by side was on loan from Honda, but. Brendan, another Brendan. I could not stop saying hi, Brendan, to him because I never get to do that. But
Right.
Brendan actually owns that Beetle, and they were just putting these things through their courses on their off-road course. It was a lot of fun.
And where did this take place?
So this is at their. They actually have a property to film on. So they have a. They have the On X off-road course.
Okay.
Up in northern Colorado. And they invited a team of 4 of us out to shoot that,
Okay.
which was awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah, it looks very cool.
Isn't it fun to have access to all this stuff?
Oh man.
Oh, it's amazing.
Like that's
That's the cool part of this.
it
you
is
know?
to me.
Like we're a year in and getting to experience like
Yeah.
all this is so cool.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's say 2 years ago, did you know that this was happening in northern Colorado?
So I had watched TFL.
Sure.
Like this is a gigantic YouTube channel. For
Yeah.
a sense of size, I think they get something like 30 million views a week.
Wow. Wow.
So
like double us.
yeah, like double first dibs.
Pretty good.
These guys are gigantic. So I've watched them before, and then one of our staff, Dustin, mentioned that, hey, I've got kind of an in with these guys. Like we could potentially go up and shoot one day if they're cool with it. And Dustin followed through. He put this together. He wrote an amazing article about it. We brought a bunch of photographers who shot some great shots. And I didn't design this one. I can't take credit for the design on this one. Alexandra Tamavong is one of our newer designers who put this one together, made it look great. This one came together at 3 a.m. last night.
Wow.
So way to go,
I was
Alexandra
sleeping.
and Dustin.
Were you sleeping?
I was asleep.
Yep.
Yeah.
It looks great. Yeah. It's awesome.
But our race car drivers were on Pikes Peak.
Yeah, they were on their way.
That too, right? Yeah.
Do you guys have the hill this week?
Yeah, they were practicing today and they practiced tomorrow.
Private practice. Well, tomorrow's tire testing, but today.
Yeah. I don't remember what today was. Yeah, well, because Dumas was out practicing today. I got to see his. Well,
God, that
I wasn't
thing.
there, but I saw a video of it
The
launching.
super van, the
Yeah.
Nacaduct on wheels.
Right.
It
So cool.
it roasts the road.
Yeah, it peels up the road.
Like the left side does a burnout, the right side burns out the earth.
right.
It's
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
It's an extra
like
limited
everyone
slip.
needs to change their clock a little bit because
think
it
so.
rotated the earth.
I think it might have even twisted it on its axis a little
Right.
bit. So like
Yeah.
time zones might be different now.
This goddamn rain we're dealing with.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
The super van is hilarious. So
Oh
that is
God,
just
I'm excited for that car.
a rolling aerodynamic feature.
Isn't it hilarious? Yeah.
Yes.
I really hope it's like the size of a Fiesta ST.
Oh no, it's
I'm sure it's not, but it just looks like that to
It's
me. It looks
big.
like pretty compact, but yeah, at least in my pictures.
well, Preston. I think we got one you need to talk about.
Yeah, the second to last page there.
I think so.
All right. So this is pretty cool. Steve messaged me this page here on the right. So Steve messaged me a little while ago and basically kind of thought on my thoughts on trying to put together a scholarship based off my dad. My dad was unfortunately killed in Afghanistan in 2018. So he was over in Georgia when he was killed. He's in Afghanistan, but they have a lot of where he was at was in Georgia. So they have a lot of stuff out there for him. And honestly, I don't have anything out here for him in Colorado, where he was here for 14 years on Fort Carson. So he asked me if we want to do a scholarship. Me being into cars, my dad's dream car was a '69 Camaro, and just wanted to try to put something together for him. The first year goal, trying to do like a $500 scholarship, is one of our super goals. And he was always about just education, further education, getting a degree, no matter what it's in. You know, I got a commercial photography degree. It's pretty cool. I'm not doing anything too much. I mean, I have my own business, but just having a degree in something just kind of gets you and steps you up from the other side of the world sometimes in some circumstances. So we just want to put together a scholarship and honor my dad. And I'm super honored to be able to do that out here. Like I said, everything for him is basically out in Georgia. And so it's awesome. It's a really cool opportunity. And
That's great.
so, and he was command sergeant major out there, and in the Army. So
That's really cool. Who do you want to give the scholarship to?
I don't know. There's a lot of decision on that. I mean,
Well, I don't mean like specifically a person, but do you have kind of thoughts on, a place you'd want to do it? Would you want to do it to Arapahoe Community College where you went, or do you want to kind of expand it past that and let the people pick?
I think it'd be cool to just open it up. I mean, we have it. I mean, with our Colorado Cars and Coffee group, just kind of expand it there. Just, I mean, we'll see. This is just hours ago, kind of announcing this. So, still trying to get all of the info on what we want to do. But I think opening it up to like the Colorado Cars and Coffee group and just kind of going from there. And I mean, doing it maybe at Arapahoe Community College because that's where I resided. But I don't know. We'll just have to see what kind of the future holds. But I think this is a really cool step in the right direction.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. Yeah, that's an incredible feat to take on. Yeah. So,
what did your dad do?
He was a scout. He was in the Army. He was a scout. He was stationed out of Fort Benning, so he went with a group called the First SFAB, Security Force Assistance Brigade, I believe is what the acronym is. And he was a scout. He kind of did everything. So whether he was like driving Hummers or Humvees, being a gunner, being in a helicopter on a gun, like he kind of did everything. It was kind of like one of those things after he passed. It was like, what did he do? Because he kind of did everything, which was really unheard of. So kind of a little bit of everything, but he was a scout in the Army. So for almost 24 years. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, I'm sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
I really appreciate everything he did, and I'm sure we'll be able to figure out something to kick in.
Yeah,
for
that'd
that,
be awesome.
As First Dibs or Porsche Colorado Springs or
Yeah, we're doing a thing.
Colorado Springs Power Sports or whoever.
Yeah, $4 a month is our minimum contribution or contribution too.
Yeah.
So if anyone wants to donate.
Yeah.
That's great. And they can come on the magazine to find a way to do the donation is there a link for it?
Yeah, so we have it on the magazine here. It's through our Ko-Fi channel. It's like it's kind of like a Patreon. And then I'm sure we'll be making announcements about this as well on Colorado Cars and Coffee on the Facebook group, kind of wide.
Right.
So definitely watch this space. Yeah. You'll definitely be seeing it come up more. I think the goal is to give away 2 $500 scholarships to 2 students. The only requirements are a professionally accredited automotive program and proof that you're in it. So lots of room for opportunity there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that is great. Wow. No, that's cool.
It's a great way to remember your father.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure. That's really cool.
For sure.
Well, I think you guys did an awesome job with this one again.
Absolutely.
And I like that we were able to kind of do it in a more relaxed
I love
environment.
Yeah.
Where we're not just trying to beat down every article and talk a little bit about it. I think it was really fun to get a more in-depth look.
Oh, at the end of Steve's article there, I've got a sign.
Do we want you?
I've got a soundbite from you, or not Steve's article, but the article that I put Steve in because he looked dumb in that picture.
Oh yeah, this one. Look at that. What
your monologue at the end of our last one, even though we were rushed and we were already in an hour 15, you gave kind of a little monologue at the end of
Did
that
I?
about getting involved.
Oh, wow.
I think we got time. Do you want me to monologue again about it? I don't know what I even said, so.
I'll paraphrase
All right,
it.
there you go. Yeah,
Let me read it back to you.
That sounds good.
And the YouTube voice.
Here,
I learned from TFL.
You do me.
I can't do you. That's inimitable. But
We went to Transformers last night.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
I was going to ask about that.
Yeah. So we got to see the Transformers Rise of the Beast. I grew up with Transformers. It's the best thing ever. I really enjoyed it. We got there late.
I did not.
I don't know how you didn't. I had to go pick up
I kicked everyone out.
Yeah, that was well done. But there's my favorite line from it was
Where are we going with this?
You know where it is.
Yeah.
So
but wait, real quick, who's the guy that plays?
I don't know actors.
No, who's the guy who dated Kim Kardashian recently for
Rob Dyrdek.
No,
That's the only person I know.
No.
Did he not date her?
the Saturday Night Live guy?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Yes.
Pete Davidson is.
He's Mirage?
He's Mirage.
Oh, he's in everything now.
Mirage.
I didn't even realize
Yeah,
that.
Mirage is a 911.
and
right.
plays it perfectly.
Yes.
And so Mirage is introducing himself to the kid, the main character's brother, and the brother says, "Yeah, this is Mirage. Yeah, we're work friends." And then Mirage goes, "Work friends? You were inside me."
Yikes.
Yeah. And like the whole theater busted out laughing, including my son who's 10.
Oh no.
So because it's funny, because he was driving
Yeah.
the car.
And I mean, it's comedy. It's
sorry
the
to ruin
timing
the whole
of it.
movie
I mean,
for you,
it just,
but yeah, way
it's
better.
awesome. It
Pete
was,
Davidson's a better comic
it was
than I am.
super funny.
Can
Yeah.
I ask if Michael Bay is still involved?
I don't know, but
I thought I saw his name.
probably.
Yeah,
It's really good.
Who's the voice of
Scourge?
Prime? Optimus Prime. It's the same guy.
It's the
Right.
same
Right.
guy from like all the way
Peter
back
Cullen.
in the
Yeah,
80s. isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Peter Cullen.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
his name?
Yeah.
But yeah, they had. I
I
saw some thing
am
of him
Optimus
on
Prime.
Instagram or something like that, and where I thought it was
To
fake,
all the
but
Autobots.
yeah, it's just like this blue collar dude. You know,
he does a great job too.
He nails it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, could you imagine a different?
Not at
No
all.
way.
No.
I don't
But
have any
anyway,
other voices.
It was awesome. I thought it was super cool for two things. One, I've never been to a movie premiere. That's what that would be called because it was
It's
the
a
movie
pre-release. Yeah.
pre-release,
Yeah, is it
right?
not
Yeah,
technically
because it
rolling
didn't
yet?
come out until today.
Okay.
So we got to see it yesterday.
Very
before
cool.
Most people would get to see it, but we did a kind of a company outing. So it was Porsche Colorado Springs, Euro Collision, our body shop, and Colorado Springs Power Sports.
Now, was
Where-
Pete Davidson a singer or just a normal?
No, he was one of the bots. He was
No,
one of the Transformers.
I mean, is his
Yeah.
car a singer or something different?
No, it was. Well,
It's-
it took
it's
place in
a-
1994.
Okay.
So
he's
it's
a-
supposed to be a 964.
964.
964 RS.
Yeah.
With an
Okay.
RS wing. It
I
looks
could've swore I saw
the
like
back
a-
looks like that.
Yeah, very.
If we put
yeah.
blue stripes on that and an
would-
Autobot badge, we'll sell it tomorrow.
pretty much looked just like
Yeah.
Yeah. But where was I going with that? Anyway, but it was a company outing. We all got together. You could take family, friends, that kind of stuff. It was awesome. Yeah, it was fantastic. I would definitely like to do stuff like that more often as the big group. 'cause
Anyway,
it's-
there's our monologue.
Nicely done.
Now,
right.
now you get to close us out, and I'll find a song. Is that okay? Do you want me to have a chip?
sure.
Did you have more to add?
What do
Did
you
I
want me to
interrupt?
No. What do you want me to talk about?
No, not you. I pointed at.
Oh
Brendan.
yeah.
Oh,
he gets to
Totally.
close us
Yeah.
out.
I want to eat some of these chips.
Yeah, we got to eat some of these
Dips.
chips and dips. No, I'd like to start by saying Pete Davidson was also in Fast and Furious 10, which was the best worst movie I've ever seen. But no, on a more regular note, you guys did a great job with the monologue there. I'm super stoked about Transformers now, but no, I would say anyone, if you're interested in cars, we've got something for you in here. We don't expect you to read 150 pages of stuff, but if you like something car related, there's probably something for you here. And not only that, if you like doing car related stuff, shoot us an email. We love sending people out to the events here. Our email is team@shiftcoloradomagazine.com. We love adding new folks to the team, be it photography. I would love some writers, designers. Even if you just have a passing interest in journalism, get in touch with us. We've gotten to send some people on some really incredible experiences, and it's only going more interesting from here. I'm not going to scoop myself for next time, but we've got some cool stuff on the calendar, and we love getting people exposure to things. Preston's drift car ride, our OEM car reviews, things along that line. We're doing exciting stuff, and that's why I'm so passionate about the project that we're working on here. So, that's my best impression of John saying get involved.
I think that felt
time.
that felt better than me.
It was very
Didn't it?
genuine.
Yeah, I think so too.
It was genuine. It was
Yeah.
monotone, though. I didn't use my YouTube voice.
Well, we talked to a guy last time, or went to Goodwood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chris.
I mean,
We
Hello?
didn't do that. Caveat. We didn't do that. He was there on his own. But one day,
didn't send him there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah, we sent somebody to Le Mans.
Who?
I don't know.
No.
Was it Danny?
No,
No.
no.
Danny had pictures from Le Mans.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations to
Oh
Danny.
yeah, congratulations to Danny. We
Yeah.
gave Danny 10 pages in this. Actually,
Wow. And he's
No wonder it's so long.
You want to scroll to Danny real quick?
No.
Okay,
All right.
let's not
You?
talk about
All right,
Danny.
No, we love Danny.
No, Danny's great.
But he quit. He quit.
Yeah, you big
Danny's
quitter.
a quitter.
He didn't quit. He
quit.
moved on.
Yeah, I know. He
Yeah,
quit.
he's doing a great thing.
No, I love you, Danny. He's been a great supporter of ours.
Very
like,
much so.
I'm teasing when I joke about that, but it's always awesome to see somebody kind of move on and, in upward or onward or whatever it is, as long as it's a positive thing for that person. So, no, that guy, I feel like I see a lot of me now in him, but he's 20 years younger than me. In that, like, he's been really able to kind of put himself in positions doing things he wants to do and use the things that he did that he wanted to do to leverage himself into doing more things that he wants to
Sure.
do.
Isn't
And
that
he's
cool?
I think he's done a really good job kind of promoting himself and being there and having the skill to do, to back it up. It's not just,
If you look at some of the stuff that Danny has shot, and I wanted to say this kid because Danny
he's a kid. Yeah.
he's a kid.
Yeah. He's half my age, twice as hot.
But I mean, look at this. He was shooting
Kid
the
Rock reference.
963 at
Yeah.
Le Mans, or not Le Mans. That's or is that?
Is that Daytona?
That's Daytona.
Yeah, Daytona.
Sorry, but yeah, still shooting a 963 at Daytona, like, and incredible shots.
Yeah,
It's an
no.
NSX. That's off brand. So
Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Here's our stuff. Look at that. Look at the roof rack.
There you go.
So I guess we'll sign off on look at Danny.
There you go.
Thanks, Danny.
Go check him
thanks,
out.
Danny. Awesome.
All right.
Is that it?
I think that's it.
I think that's it.
I'm going to try to find my mouse, and then I'm going to play this song. And I don't know. A couple weeks
Oh,
ago, we
man.
played a song, and it had an explicit lyric.
Here we
and
go.
Did you hear about it?
No, we didn't get any flack, but
No.
I felt bad because it used a word I don't.
I think
use.
even YouTube stops listening at some point.
That's
so.
probably true. So, anyway, for the first Dibs podcast here from Porsche Colorado Springs, we're inside Studio B. Thank you all. If you're in the area tomorrow, come check us out. It will be Saturday the 10th from 11 to 3.
Yep.
We're going to do a live show on our new PA system.
Yep.
And thank you to the Colorado Cars and Coffee scene, Shift Magazine, Preston and Brendan. We really appreciate you
thanks for
guys,
having
and
us.
Steve.
Thanks for having us.
Next time these guys are on, we're not going to